Morning, Coach. We'll get started with Dave and then Jeff McLean.
Okay.
Morning, Doug.
Morning.
Now that Jalen Hurts has a game on film, how much work do you guys put into trying to figure out how defenses are going to play him? And then how much work do you try to put into figuring out how to counteract that?
That's called game planning, right?
Yeah, what's the process like?
Yeah, well, without giving away game plans, honestly, we have to go back and evaluate the things we did with him in the last game and a half, and then how do we, how will a defense sort of perceive? I mean, we can always ask questions about our defense, ask questions to our defense, right, about him, how they would handle a situation like that, to try to get a little insight, and then put the plan together based on what we're seeing from Arizona defensively, and still try to be creative and still try to execute the offense.
McLean and then Skaversky.
Doug, we've seen over these last three games that Jordan Mailata has really settled in at left tackle. When you guys drafted him, he was clearly a project. But after seeing him for an extended period this season, does he now project to be a full-time starter at left tackle?
I don't know. We haven't really fully seen Andre Dillard either, at that spot. So it's hard to sit here today and say that he's helping himself. I will say that. Jordan has played well enough to maybe compete at that spot, but I think it's a little unfair to sit here and say that he's a full-time starter moving forward without seeing enough of Andre, who obviously we drafted to take that spot.
Jeff and then Zach.
Good morning, Doug. Obviously, Jalen came into this situation with the Eagles when he was drafted here, kind of in an unprecedented, difficult situation where you have a franchise quarterback already here in Carson. How impressed have you been with the way Jalen has handled himself on and off the field, not only leading up to that first start last week, but even this week getting set for Arizona?
Well, Jeff, obviously, his career is well documented, going all the way back, to his college days. And he's kind of gone through a similar situation, where he spent time, on the sideline being benched for Tua. And so he's kind of gone through it, right? So he understands. And, of course, there's a body of work on how he's responded. And he responded even then as a professional, just like he did coming into the NFL, behind Carson as a professional, and just trying to learn and getting better as a quarterback. And it's just this week is just one more opportunity for him to get better, and for us as a team to get better. So I try not to put much more into it than that. Obviously he's talented, but fully expect him to go out and practice this week and prepare to play the game this weekend.
Zach and then Paul.
Hey, good morning, Doug. Over the past few weeks, we've asked you a few times about Travis Fulgham, but the playing time has declined to the point that it doesn't seem like a rotation with him anymore. What's the reason why he's not on the field that often, and what needs to be done to get him on the field?
Well, listen, you guys asked me a lot of questions about running back rotations, receiver rotations, who's our right tackle, left tackle, and all this stuff. And, we still game plan for Travis. I'll tell you this, Alshon is getting healthier and is playing better, and we game plan for him. There's certain plays, specific plays that Travis is going to be in on. There's specific plays that Alshon's going to be in on, and we just continue to, it's the same with, Jalen Reagor versus, Hightower or Quez or somebody like that. It's just a matter of how we as coaches see the game plan going and getting everybody involved. Again, same kind of answer is it's not about the one guy, right? It's about the entire team, and that's what helps us win.
Wait, so the plan was 11 offensive snaps or thereabouts in Sunday's game? This past Sunday's game?
If that's, listen, we know we have to do better. He has to do better. He's got to play better. But at the same time, Alshon is playing better too. So, we're going to play the guys that on that particular play who are in the game. I mean, that's based on game plan. So you can't put it on Travis. You can put it on on me. I'm the play caller. I call the personnel group, so put it on me.
Go ahead, Paul, and then Les.
Yeah, Doug, will Pryor be your starter at right tackle Sunday?
Yes.
And what type of challenge does Riddick present to him?
He's quick. He's fast, agile. He can bend. Speed rusher. Obviously he had a heck of a game the other day. So, Pryor's got to get in here and study the tape and study him and, expect him to be prepared.
Les and then Bo.
Hi, Doug. Well, that was exactly what I was going to ask, so I'm going to try to audible here. With Jalen Hurts, you mentioned that obviously they have the tape from Sunday. In your experience, how much does that affect the next game for a quarterback who doesn't have a lot of tape out there? I mean, is that a huge deal that they've seen him play a whole game, or is that pretty easy to work around as an offensive planner?
Well, Les, as you know, there's nothing easy about this game. Nothing easy about playing the position of quarterback. Jalen has to understand now it's a whole new defense. It's a different structure, different personnel. Scheme is differently defensively, and so what we did and had success, against New Orleans may not apply this week. We sort of have to reset, right? And that's why when we put the plan together and go practice today and the rest of the week, we do it in a way that hopefully is advantageous against our opponent each week. So in Jalen's case, he just has to study the tape. He's got to study obviously himself. He really just study his mannerisms too, right? No indicators to the defense, and don't give things away that whether it be by TV copy or film, a coach's copy that defenses can really clue into and try to get an advantage on. So, it's never, nothing is ever easy, at this level. But I think this week will be a great opportunity for him to go back and just study himself, make corrections, clean up what he needs to clean up, and try to present the same thing again Sunday.
And just real quickly, with Jack Driscoll, I know MCLs don't usually need surgery, but I guess if it's a severe MCL, does that make it any different? Will you have to have that?
Yeah, he's definitely going to miss some time, with the injury. So we haven't, we don't know yet, honestly, if he needs surgery at all, but he's definitely going to miss some time.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Bo, and then Ruben.
Doug, is there an added excitement level? Do you get a little bit of juice in the game planning process for having a different quarterback, a different type of quarterback in Jalen Hurts, trying to sort of answer different questions?
Well, it can it may provide maybe an opportunity here and there, but at the same time we can't, we've got to. I think when we plan, we got to think about all 11 guys, not just one guy, and making sure that we got the receivers, Zach in the right spot, and the running backs in the right spot, and the tight ends in the right spot to take advantage of what we're seeing on film. And obviously Jalen's a part of that. So it can be that from that part, as far as excitement goes. I mean, every week you get excited about your game plan. It's just a matter of how well we execute or don't execute.
Ruben and then John Clark.
Hey, Doug, a lot was made over the past few years about how close Carson and Nate and Nick all were, how well they worked together. Obviously, this is a different year without meetings, without hanging out outside the NovaCare. How difficult has it been, and what have you seen from the evolution of Jalen's relationship with Carson? And just how important is it that those guys kind of overcome the barriers, that are naturally present right now and really work on that relationship?
Yeah, I think when I that's a question that actually I think about every day. I love having in-person meetings where I can see guys face to face and communicate face to face. And with this pandemic and everything going virtual now, we just finished up a set of meetings, online. it makes it harder to build the relationships that you would like to build, right? And that's with any room and on the team. And obviously the quarterback room is it's a good room, it's a solid room, but at the same time, it makes it a little harder when you're not together. Watching film together after practice, or getting with the receivers and watching, film, or watching practice tape, or, getting with Kelsey and going through protection plans. It just makes it a little more challenging that way. And so, we talk about socially distant, but we try to maintain a level of, trying to be more socially together the best we can, whether it's, Saturday night in the hotel, on the road, or even at practice during walkthroughs or the actual practice. But that's a great question. Something I think a lot about, during this time. And, our guys have done a great job, handling everything, so far.
How do you see their relationship growing despite everything right now, Jalen and Carson?
I just see the communication, number one, at practice, during games, just the communication, the dialogue back and forth, obviously through press, through myself, just that communication. And that's the one gauge that tends to lead, things in the right direction. And that's what I've been seeing.
Go ahead, John, and then Kristen.
Hey, Doug, this past Sunday in Jalen's first start, on that first fourth down that you had, it looked like he was saying, hey, let me have the ball in my hands. Let's go for this. Did he do that with you? And if so, how much did that confidence in his first NFL start impress you?
He was seeing something defensively and was trying to communicate, or was communicating that to me. And I tell you what, our dialogue between he and I, much like, Carson and I during game, he has ideas, he has suggestions, just like Carson has ideas and suggestions during games. And so that was a moment where we were able to communicate an idea, a play that we had in the game plan. And I called the play, he executed it, and we stayed on the field.
What does that say about the confidence he has, and also the confidence you have in him and the relationship?
Shows a lot of confidence in him. It shows that he understands the game plan. He understands how we're trying to attack the opponent. And then for me, I've talked a lot about trusting players, and they're the ones playing the game, and I've got to trust them and put them in positions to be successful. And that was one moment.
We've only got time for one more, so we'll wrap it up here with Kristen.
Hey, Doug, against Green Bay and then against the Saints, you said that Jalen Hurts gave this offense a spark. Now that he has settled into this offense a little bit more, what does Jalen Hurts give this team?
Well, I'm hoping the spark is a little bit brighter and more of a flame now, and obviously coming off a win. We've got to continue to play well. He gave us the spark that I was looking for, obviously, and I think the team was looking for, and we've got to do it again. And just like I said earlier, we've got to kind of reset. This is another good football team we're playing this weekend, and we got to do it again. We got to do it all over again. But we want to keep that spark or that flame lit, and we want to use that as momentum as we finish up these next 3 weeks.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.